Game 2 of the weekend series between the BU Terriers and the Merrimack Warriors on a cold Saturday night here in Boston at her new school. We are underway here at Walter Brown Arena. Puck down. Quigg comes to the middle and spins a shot, and Healy scores on the wraparound. Sydney Healy adds another goal to her season. That's 14 for her, and it is 1-0 Terriers. Avery Anderson forward to Lindberg. Her shot deflected into the glove of Mari Peterson. For Merrimack, it's one back to Pfeffer. Her shot hits the pads of Peterson, and the rebound gets put in. Kime has the puck up to the point. Shot by Lindberg, bounces wide of the goal. Lindberg on the right side, backhand pass, gets it across, and it's stopped by Peterson. What a great diving play to stop Neely Hahn. Quigg trying to get back. Pfeffer, backhand try, stopped by Peterson. The backhand heading towards the net has to go behind. Backhand pass out in front, stopped by Peterson. Thrown back out in front again for Lindberg, and that's another stop from Mari Peterson. A lot of chances in close for the Warriors. And a breakaway for Bertelsen. She shoots and she scores! Lexi Bertelsen able to catch Merrimack deep. And plays of the week in the Boston Children's Hospital. Second intermission as Mari Peterson forced to make another stop. Lindberg, top of the circle, takes the shot, and it's stopped by Peterson. At the point, Gisler's shot bounces on net, and it's stopped by Peterson. Away. Vitans gets it into the front of the net, and a shot by Grabanowski. Stopped by Peterson. His puck's still loose and chipped behind the goal. Going one-on-one, she shoots, and it's stopped by Doucette. Maeve Carey, Sydney Healy shot, she scores! On a shot from distance, a power play goal for Sydney Healy, her second goal of the game. She makes it 3-1. Penalty, Gisler's shot, stopped by the blocker of Peterson. Gets it to Pfeffer. Her shot right into the midsection of Peterson, and BU with that clear should be able to hold on to the win here at Walter Brown Arena. They take both games in this weekend series against the Merrimack Warriors, so 6 important points for them in the Hockey East standings. Coach.
Yeah, excited for the group to hard-earned wins. You know, right, they're not a team that's easy to beat, and it's not easy to beat any team twice. So proud of the growth and the strides we made this weekend.
Sydney being the offensive star of the show tonight and overall during the season, breaking your career high in points in, I believe, 11 of your games. What's been clicking differently this season?
Honestly, I don't really know. I feel like, you know, like I play with good players. Like I play with good players every year. I think, you know, it takes a team to get those points, and I think I'm working well with my line. You know, we play together all season. You know, we've clicked, and, you know, it's going good.
Sydney, could you just walk me through what you saw on that power play goal? What made you shoot there?
Funny enough, I haven't taken a one-timer shot in a fairly long time. Yeah. And, you know, I saw the lane, and Maeve set up the perfect one-timer shot, and I was like, all right, well, here we go. Neely was a perfect screen in front, and it was a good shot, and it went in.
We talked to Tara a lot about the kind of looks you want to shoot on the power play, especially. I'm just curious, like, how does what Tara teaches you about that kind of play into that specific shot you took there?
Well, funny enough, actually, last game we talked about, you know, being a little closer and not as spaced out, and you know, it worked that I was in that in between the dots in that lane, and I saw the shot. You know, Maeve pulled that player over, and I had the open lane, so I took it.
I guess just going off of that, what has been clicking so well in the power play this week for you guys?
Time. You know, I think we've been given the opportunity to, you know, stick with the same group, and we're using that to our advantage, and we are really good with our communication and stuff, and kind of debriefing things out in practice, and we're, you know, being given the opportunities in practice to practice that, and, you know, it's showing now.
And the mindset too, right? I think we had an awesome meeting this morning, and the players are curious, and we're talking through it, and it's not about it being good or bad. It's just what are the looks, how can we make it better, and I'll give kudos to the players for having that open mind and looking to get better.
said that was your first one-timer in a while. I'm curious, was that just like chance, or is there something special behind that? You haven't taken one in a while.
Well, so over the summer I got in surgery, so I wasn't super comfortable with my wrist doing it yet. And I just like had the opportunity, and I was like, well, you know, I've been practicing a little bit in practice. I may as well give it a shot, and it worked out.
So that was your first one-timer of the season?
That worked.
Yeah.
That worked. You know, I've tried a couple times, and you know, it takes a little time to get that confidence built back up. But I have a good support staff behind me, so we're good.
For you, Coach, just could you talk a little about the penalty kill tonight and just kind of compare to last week, what you saw maybe change?
Yeah, similar to the power play, just the debriefs that we were able to have and talk about the mentality that we want to have. It doesn't matter, you're already down a player, and if we're not connected, if we're not trusting each other and willing to be aggressive, then it's going to break down. So another adjustment and commitment to the group and how we play.
Just for either of you guys, talk about Lexi, kind of the calmness to score that chance there.
Well, I mean, you know, she's such a energetic person off the ice and stuff, and that, I mean, it shows on the ice. She just is everywhere. And you know, her speed, her, you know, intelligence, you see it on the ice, and she got that opportunity. I mean, I knew she was going for the fake. That's her bread and butter in practice, and you know, it was perfect.
Yeah, I think we all set it up and down the bench. We all knew she was going to
Yeah.
probably try to make that move, but she did it at high speed, so
Yeah,
kudos to her.
exactly.
Tara, obviously you know about her energy and just how she flies on the ice. Where do you think she's at, goal scoring wise, offensive direction wise, beyond just the forecheck and stuff?
Lexi?
Yeah.
Oh, the sky's the limit. Like, I think there's so much more growth that we can even get out of her, and she's producing at a higher rate and making more skill plays than we even thought when she was going to come in as a freshman. We always knew she was going to bring energy, create turnovers on the forecheck, but the way she sets people up after she does that, and now as you can see, her confidence and ability to finish, and I think there's a lot of growth opportunity ahead, which is exciting.
Yeah, and I asked Megan this yesterday, kind of the same question, but with the entire energy line. Seems like they're creating a lot more down the zone right now. What are you seeing in that sense from the whole line?
I think a shout out to our two line mates. I think Greta has had one of the best couple weeks of practice and games that we've seen. I think the team has noticed it as well, and Riley really settling in down the middle. And so I think that they're able to not just create turnovers, but upgrade pucks, make skilled 10-foot passes instead of just 5-foot passes. Like, they really committed to the game plan and were able to use their skill.
Getting these 2 wins under your belt this weekend, how is that going to boost momentum? Now, going back to UVM, do you feel like there's a bit of a redemption there?
I think every time that you hit adversity and are struggling and are able to rebound better, you're building the muscle, right? We talked about that last week, and so I think the group's just going to take confidence from this, knowing that you can, you know, not play to your standard or the way that you want, but you can make adjustments and you can grow from it and, you know, put a good product on the ice. So I think obviously we're going to take a lot of confidence from this, and I think it also just feels good to win, and I think we appreciate it every time.
I was just curious, Tara, your kind of thought process with the goalies the past 4 games, just why Michelle was in there for 3 in a row, and what brought Mari in today.
Yeah, there's some external circumstances that we maybe made adjustments on, but the best part is we have 2 goalies that can go in and play the way they did.
I did want to ask you a little about Lola. She scored yesterday. What have you seen from her beyond the goal scoring? Now that she has this big opportunity here to play more with what she's done.
Yeah, I remember there was a moment yesterday in the game I went up to her and I was like, that was actually a really good D-zone shift. So she's just getting reps at it, right? I think sometimes whether you're a backup goalie or the 6th defenseman or the 4th line forward, it's just being ready to meet your moment. And, you know, she has a moment right now and she's rising the occasion, and the more reps you get and having a mindset that wanting to get better, I think those 2 things are going to, you know, equal that growth.
Great. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.